No, sir. I've quit drinking.
You've seen the error of your ways.
No, I just can't afford it.
That's cute. I remember when I had my first beer.
Yes, sweetheart, I have a rare condition which requires me to drink one of those every 15 minutes, please.
Yeah, well, give me a fucking drink. Move it, you little prick.
I'm sorry, Bruce. These boys get that syrup in them. They get a little antsy and they're pantsy. You just can't keep them under control.
Cheers and welcome back to Reels, Booze, and Bros, aka RB2. I'm your host, Jay. Got my co-hosts with me, Brian and Nick. Gentlemen,
Hello.
how we doing? What's up? It's been a little bit since we had our last podcast, which was Skyfall. I'd like to say, just like the filming of the Bond films, we too encounter production delays and mishaps on this. As you can tell, what happened. You can check out the full episode on our YouTube channel, Reels, Booze, and Bros. The stream from Twitch is up there to watch and listen. So yes, I fucked up. M was pissed. We had to get rid of her. And so yeah, there really wasn't an episode out on the our podcast, but we took the live stream, we put it on the YouTube, so it's there. I'm going to start uploading our live stream videos that we do on Twitch and put it on the YouTube so you guys can continue, because Twitch after a while stops them and they don't stay on there only for like a week or so or something like that. They don't stay forever. So they'll stay there on our YouTube channel. So that was that. So, Skyfall. Any more thoughts? Best Bond movie ever, Brian?
For me, yeah. It's not even close. Best Daniel Craig, best James Bond. Hey, hands down.
Pussy Galore agrees.
Somewhere our job is throwing a hat as we speak.
Crushing golf balls and throwing hats. I got it. Yeah. So what was there some takeaways we got from Skyfall? Obviously, we know Brian loved it. Nick, you're what do you remember?
I was an enthusiastic. Meh.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
Yeah.
It was an enthusiastic.
It was Javier Bardem, fantastic villain. Very good. The dynamic. Hello, buddy Elf. What's your favorite color? So that brings us to the next movie, Elf. I'm going to start our Christmas trilogy, and we're going to do some of the movies we did last year. If you tune into our Christmas special, you can check that out from last year. We didn't do an actual podcast, just name some of our favorite Christmas movies, and we're doing Elf, the Will Ferrell. But before we continue on with that, let's go with the booze. Brian brought this one. We actually got two Christmas themed from here. This one is called, what is it, the Mad Elf?
The Mad Elf. It's a holiday ale brewed with cherries and honey. This sumbitch is an 11%er. And I know we say this a lot.
Go ahead. Say that.
It's like, I know we say this a lot, but this does not taste like fucking 11%.
I feel you can feel this one a little bit more than the other ones.
I feel it.
Yeah.
I can feel it.
All right, I'm just...
Bit. I would say it maybe feels like a 7 to 8%.
But I'm just saying, because you get that higher percentage, I'm expecting to be like, oh, okay. But... for me, this does. I mean, it's cherries and honey, and it is pretty sweet. That's on the sweet side for me.
Yes,
but whatever. It's smooth. There's no aftertaste.
We didn't serve it in a chalice. That's why.
There you go. That's probably the reason why.
I'm sorry, the chalices are in the dishwasher. We can use them for tomorrow.
It looks like
for Sunday supper.
It's usually my pimp cup.
5 different types of cherries in this.
Yeah.
Bing, Lambert, Van Royal, Bing, Lambert, Van Royal Ann, and Montmorency. Montmorency. I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't even know there were 5 kinds of cherries.
No.
I thought it was just cherries, Bing cherries, and what are those, white cherries?
You get the white cherries, yeah. The white Rainier.
And maraschino.
Yeah.
How do we not even have maraschino cherries?
You bougie bitches. Yeah, I'm okay with this beer. I'm not a big fan of the cherries. It reminds me of like a Sam Adams beer. I think that has something like that.
The cherry wheat.
The cherry wheat. Yeah,
cherry wheat is more like Robitussin.
Yeah,
that one's a little rough. But I guess the honey, like in this one, kind of negates it or like kind of brings it back down. But you can still, I still get more of a taste of honey for this. So
I think you put a little bit of syrup in this, and we're all good.
Yeah. Oh, I love syrup.
Nice.
Syrup in your coffee. We'll see. Okay, now moving on. All right, so let's go into the background of the movie. So, Elf is a 2003 American Christmas comedy film directed by Jon Favreau, written by David Birnbaum, and starring Will Ferrell and James Caan with Zoe Deschanel, Mary Sternbergen, Daniel Tay, Bob Newhart, and Ed Asner in supporting roles. The film centers on Buddy, a human raised by Santa's elves who learns about his origins and heads to New York City to meet his biological father. Let's see. Elf was released in the United States on November 7th, 2003 by New Line Cinema and became a major critical and commercial success, grossing, what do you want to say? All right, 220 million worldwide against a 30.
How much?
220 million worldwide against a $33 million budget.
This cost $33 million?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
The North Pole is expensive to film in.
I think it's got to be the.
I mean, the cast is pretty strong.
It's got to be the
And then
actors.
the elf scenes were probably some CGI stuff in there.
There was a lot of CGI that they had in there, and they cost a lot to film the North Pole. Go all the way up there.
Travel expenses.
Travel expenses, man. Santa says, "Listen."
That's why Buddy walked.
Through the gumdrop forest. It's okay. Pharrell's performance as Buddy the Elf was praised by critics and audiences alike, with many calling it one of his best performances. The film inspired the 2010 Broadway musical Elf the Musical and NBC's 2014 stop-motion animated television special Elf, Buddy's Musical Christmas. It is often listed among the greatest Christmas films of all time. That's why we're doing it. That's what I got for the background. Anybody got anything else? Nothing here on? All right, let's move it on. Now, let's go to the critics. Rotten Tomatoes, 85% on the tomato meter, 79% on the audience score. IMDb, 7.0 out of 10. Metacritic, a Metascore of 64 out of 100. User score, 8.5 out of 10. The Metacritic always has bullshit fucking things for the for the critics. But that's what we got for here. All right, guys. Brian, let's start with you. What do you think of this film?
I do like this movie a lot. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies. This is probably Will Ferrell's. I think this is his best performance as a leading actor, where the movie's just really about him, where he's not so much with somebody else, with a co-star Step Brothers or anything like that.
Or Eurovision.
Yeah, we know you love Eurovision.
I'm pushing it.
I started watching it.
It's long.
Yeah, it is.
It's
long.
way longer than I expected. You're like,
I can't
fuck, this
pick
is
it up
long.
Whenever I want. But anyways.
But this movie is good. I feel like it's one of the more modern day Christmas classics. I feel like they come out, every I don't know, 8 to 10 years. There's a good Christmas movie that comes out, and I kind of filled the gap from, let's say Santa Claus was, with Tim Allen was the first one that he came out.
Yes.
That was 95, 96, and then this came out in 2003, and then stuff comes out, but this was really good. I think everybody was pretty much perfectly cast in their roles, so it's very enjoyable. I could watch it anytime. If it's on in August, I'm watching it, so it's good.
I got you. Nick, your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I second a lot of what Brian said. I thought it was pretty good. I never realized that it was Zoe Deschanel. But that was a nice little surprise for me. And, I thought the cameos were great, whether it's Artie Lang as Santa or Faison Love as the Gimbals manager.
Yeah.
And then even Peter Dinklage as Miles Finch. I mean, I just thought that they really made the movie what it was, helped make the movie what it was. It's a high rating on my laugh meter for me. Gaetano, he watched it this morning twice back to back because he loved it so much. Mostly his stuff was the physical humor, like when Buddy gets hit by a taxi, or when he tries to put the star on the tree by jumping off the couch. Those were the scenes that really got him. But
those are the scenes that I laughed the hardest at.
Yeah.
Okay, see where my level's at.
Yeah. I'm with it too, though. He gets that humor from somewhere.
It's good. Yeah, I liked. It's nice as we watch this movie, we're able to bring it back with the kids. My girls tried to watch it, and they just weren't. They couldn't hold it for right now. They would ask questions and come back, and they'd go around and play. So They're not at that level yet of they don't like the physical comedy like I do. They prefer some of the other stuff. They know though if I laugh, they're like, "Daddy, was that funny?" And they start laughing too. So, but I laugh at everything, so they're just like unsure. So,
is it actually funny or is it daddy funny?
Yeah, that's what it's coming down.
Find out sooner or later that it's just daddy funny.
Yeah, so it's coming to one of the points of that. And I said, great movie. This is one of my top favorites of Chris movies. That and Die Hard. So I
Don't come on.
Not that bad, Juju.
No.
So I got both on the spectrums of Chris's movies here. All right, so moving on. Let's get for reviews now. Favorite scenes. Who wants to start with this with favorite scenes? This one's a good one right here. As always, we have the movie on in the background, and we're up to the scene with Peter Dinklage. He's an amazing children's book author and shit like that.
Finch.
Yeah, Miles Finch. All right, what do you guys want to start with? Who wants to go? Brian, you got your notebook handy and ready.
Are we going? Favorite scenes?
Favorite scenes. Let's do it.
For me, I'll just start off right from the beginning. As I won't say the beginning part of the movie, but when Buddy's already in the North Pole and him growing up, I enjoy all that. Like we're gonna call it a montage. I don't know, because you see him in the different stages of his life. Like I don't know.
Oh, like when he's
like a child.
Yeah.
A child.
Slow down, buddy. Slow down. I'd call that a montage.
Yeah. So that whole leading into like the toy factory, and then him, working all those odd jobs there. You're not realizing that he's a human. So
I love how I do the sketches.
He's just hitting him, and then he just sees the Ming Ming come over, and he's like,
Ming Ming.
Yeah. I'm a little behind. Okay, what's the number? 85. All right, let me check. Only 950 off the pace. It's okay.
It's like slave numbers.
But yeah, I just think it was funny, like his reactions and all that, and like it was just, I don't know. I just feel like it's tough to see anybody else in this role, so that's what I kind of like this movie so much. So from that, I'll take into the next montage scene is like Buddy traveling and leaving the North Pole into New York City, and then like his whole New York City experience before he meets his dad. So I just love the leaving the North Pole part and the claymation, like little guys. Bye, buddy.
They're crying.
Your dad. But the ones that are crying, they're like, bye, buddy. So there's that. Then there's the world's greatest coffee. He's like, you guys did it.
Yeah.
So excited.
Congratulations.
And then him eating the gum, just the first one, he's like, oh. It was not so bad. And it just puts it all in his mouth.
Even Gaetano knew. He saw that. He goes, ew.
And then, of course, there's the escalator part where he's just like afraid to get on.
I love when he's like stretched out. His leg, one leg is like on the bottom of the escalator, and his left leg is like going up like 4 stairs up.
Yeah, he's so afraid to get on. He's like, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
You wanna go? So who had a better escalator scene? Buddy the Elf or Dennis Quaid from Kingpin? Huh? Or was it Randy Quaid? No, from Kingpin.
It's Randy Quaid.
Randy Quaid. Yeah, I'm sorry. Randy Quaid from Kingpin. He's an Amish guy.
Yeah.
Going up the escalator. Where he's like, huh? Who had it better? Going up the escalator. Was it Buddy or was it them?
I would probably say Buddy.
You think Buddy?
Yeah.
And an Amish guy holding on to the fucking sides like a spider, saying, "I didn't use the technology.
Yeah.
I'm not."
I don't know. I think just the whole leg stretch thing,
the split on the escalator.
He's just looking around like, okay, I think I figured this out. Feel pretty confident about this. So there's that. Then I would say his day at Gimbals. Basically where he goes, he meets, they think he's working there, but, he meets Jovi for the first time. Then he meets, did we even get his name? It's just the Gimbals manager. So
if you look closely,
It's yeah, I know what it says.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little BTS
Yeah.
there. So.
Yeah.
It's one of the 3 I have.
Oh yeah, okay. All right, we'll say that for Nick. All right, so we want to throw it out there.
I don't think he has a name because I don't think anyone ever said a name to him.
No, they don't ever call him.
No,
by
they don't
name.
call him anything.
Yeah,
You know, he's casted as billed as Gimbel's manager.
Okay, great. Couldn't think of one at any point. So okay. So yeah, when he just yells out for Santa, I was so excited. Oh my God, I know him.
I know him.
And then he decorates the whole entire floor, which that whole thing is amazing. Like whoever did that was unbelievable. We're watching the movie and we're just like, damn, I wonder how long it took to do that whole Lego thing.
The whole Lego thing. And just knock it down in
Just
one
the
little.
Legos alone.
Just unbelievable. Like the like what was it? The whole New York City, or at least like
Yeah, it was like a block.
it was probably a whole block. It was unbelievable.
Like I think it was the Chrysler Tower or was it Empire State
I think
Building?
it was the Empire.
Empire State Building because his dad worked there. So I'm pretty sure he did that.
Yeah.
Tie it all in. I got it. Ties it all in. I see there.
Yeah. So that whole scene. Then I go with the next one. We'll go to his work day with his dad. So he goes and he's dressed exactly like his dad. Yeah. So I thought that was hysterical to begin with. He's just then like you cut to him before he gets in and he's like he meets the secretary, and she's great. I love the secretary. She's always so happy.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's like, "You remember me?" She's like, "Oh, of course." She's so excited, and he's just like. Then he goes inside, and he's like literally like sitting in the corner. Like I don't know if it's a chair, but he's just like he's got some like little book, which I didn't zoom in to see what it was, and he's just like, "Okay."
It was like a magazine or something like that.
No, it was a kid's book.
Yeah,
It was, right? It's like his book.
I forget what it. I tried to read it. I forget what it said. I was like, oh, maybe I get that for the kids.
So then, he tries to answer the phone on his father's, so there's, what's your favorite color? There was that. And then then the dad's like, you know what? How about you go down to the mailroom, explaining everything to him? He's like, oh.
Yeah.
It was just like
So excited about the
like,
mailroom.
This is like Santa's workshop, but everybody here wants to beat me up.
It smells like mushrooms, and everybody here looks like they want to hurt me.
He makes a friend there, and he just pours the brandy into his fucking
Syrup and coffee. Why didn't I think about that?
and then he's just
I love he's like, I love syrup. He's like cradling the cup of coffee, and smelling it.
and he thinks it's gonna like warm him up or something like that. He's like,
I can't get into this cup.
And then next thing it cuts to him dancing on the fucking table, and the whole mail room is just going nuts for him.
Did you notice how his friend was like dancing too?
Yeah.
Like everyone else was like hitting the table or doing something, and he was like actually like full on totally animated into it too.
It's so great.
Did anyone else that guy remind you of Nicolas Cage from what the hell?
Oh, Con Air.
Con Air?
Yeah,
A little bit. Yeah.
Every time I think about it, is that Nick Cage and Con Air?
Work release. Yeah. Maybe it was.
Yeah, that's a good call right there. And then I guess the last scene I have is saving Christmas. With the whole helping Santa get the sleigh back on and getting the Christmas spirit into everybody. Buddy with his true calling and all that sort of stuff. So I guess those would be my scenes. I'm sure we can elaborate on others.
Got it. All right, Nick, what you got for us for scenes?
So I got the two that Brian had in there, and they were for the same reasons. But the scene that what's the name of the store? I'm drawing a blank now.
Gimbals?
Gimbals. What really had me was the part where the fake Santa was taking the pole that you use to for the crowd control,
yes,
and swinging that at him and destroying the Legos. Just watching Santa do that, I don't know why, it just had me dying, absolutely dying.
We're gonna go, huh? We're gonna go. He fucking knocks his shit. He hits it so hard the Legos blow up in his face like shrapnel.
And then so moving on, I had the spaghetti dinner scene. I thought that just everything about it was funny. When he downs the Coke. And then he's like,
got the spare syrup.
yeah. She's like, he's like, do you have any syrup? And the wife's like, but it's spaghetti.
Yeah. Oh, I think
I think I have one. He finds it in his sleeve, pours it on. She's like, do you like sugar? He's like, is sugar and syrup?
Then yes.
Yes. And he's so quick the way she's like, yes. He's like, then yes. And then the huge burp afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
And then the brother, you're disgusting.
Did you hear that?
And then the next one that I had, and my only other one that I had on this was the, and to be honest, if there's one more, we'll see what Jay says, what he says for his, but I got one more to add too, depending on that. But I have the snowball fight, and part of it is like when he finally catches up to him at the park, and all the stuff that he's saying to him is like, "Man, you're so fast! I'm glad I caught up to you." And then he starts like asking him all those questions, and he's like, do you have a best friend? Does he have a big coat too?
Why do you get a big? Yeah, I just saw a dog today. Oh, you've probably seen one before. Why do you get a big coat?
Did you get a lot of homework today?
Yeah. How was school? Was it fun? Did you get a lot of homework?
I was sweating there for 5 hours.
As that scene was on before you got here, we're watching it, and I'm like, yeah, that guy who's ever there couldn't do that today. He'd be arrested.
Yeah, right. Yeah, waiting out. There's a guy waiting out of school dressed as an elf.
Right. No, that would not go well.
No, one bit.
That would not go well. And then even how that scene ends though with when they're actually in the snowball fight, and it's like the slow mo of him like jumping and like diving and avoiding the snowball and like, throwing a nail at the kid, and then the brother's like, "There's one more," and he like gets the snowball and he like eyes it and he like slow lobs it, and it goes that huge long distance and hits the kid in the back and knocks him over. You're like, oh!
It was like watching Aaron Rodgers throw a snowball.
Yeah. Let's see. For me, like this, honestly, this was tough finding like scenes, like because there were a lot of little small things. Like obviously the toy department store where he shouts out Santa, the fight with Santa, the mailroom work day. Getting beat up by the little person. that was a great scene there too. Obviously Santa fixing Buddy's sleigh, but I like when they're like, oh no, it's the NYPD fucking
it's Central Park
Rangers or something. They show them
on the naughty list.
I don't know why I like them. I laughed my ass off at that.
I never forgot.
Yeah, they never forgot. And then again, like when he's leaving with that stupid "Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad." It's the "Thanks, Mr. Norwell." I lose it every time with that fight.
I know it's coming on, and I'm like, if I see the movie's on and it's just started, I'm like, oh, great, I can watch the first 12 minutes and I'll be freaking perfectly happy. And I'm like, all right, I can go do something else now.
Then I like every time when he decides to tell his story, and then I walk through the gumdrop forest. And I'm like, I need to know more. Like
through the Lincoln Tunnel.
Yeah. And then through the Lincoln Tunnel.
I know. Like I love that story. I wish there was more to it. They should show that like a prequel and show the journey of him going through, or something like that.
They made a book. That's at the end
actually,
of the movie.
They do. They probably do have that children's book. How do I not have this book? I gotta look. Amazon probably has. Gotta look at it.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's just I have little scenes in between that's probably like 30 seconds to like maybe a minute at most. Like I really enjoy. The singing in the shower.
Or even when they think he's like a Christmas gram. She's like, who sent you? Yeah. Papa Elf.
Papa Elf.
Once again, the secretary. Yeah. Papa Elf sent you.
Papa. Yeah. She's all excited and everything. Or she bursts in and is like, oh, what you got there? It's like the lingerie.
Yeah.
For someone special.
Did you catch the part when, it's actually one of my quotes, is when Buddy, the first time he goes there, she's on the phone and she's like, oh, I don't know, Connie. I've never declawed kittens before. How many? 8? I don't know if I'm going to have time. Yeah. All right, just bring them by the camper this weekend. I'll see what I can do. No, I'm not going to charge you.
Yeah, I was wondering what she was talking about.
Like, I was dying.
She's like, I've never done that before. How many of them? 8?
Yeah, it's
Of course I'm not going to charge you. Like, just like,
It's poor kittens. And then another one I like to say was when he gets arrested and then he gets picked up by his dad. I told him that. I had one phone call. It was my dad. They told me numerous times they weren't going to. You weren't going to come. Officer Matt, this is my dad. Told you. Numerous times they said he wasn't going to come. Oh my God.
or even when, the doctor scene, with Favreau.
Yeah,
real quick.
He's inside the pediatrics fucking thing.
He's eating the cotton balls.
Oh man, that was
I'm a
good.
human, raised by humans.
Okay, so got that for scenes. That Nick, is that one you want to throw on there?
No, you said the one with Peter Dinklage. So that was the other one I was going to say.
Okay, good. Now let's move on. Favorite quotes. Since Nick, you started off with some quotes. Continue on.
So I also, one of my favorite things from when he was they were showing the whole montage in the beginning was the cotton-headed ninny-mugged. That seems to be one that throughout time still comes out. People still say,
You're not a cottonhead ninny mug.
No.
Yeah, that's like I guess that's their curse words.
yeah, yep, exactly. So the next one was, I guess it was kind of a scene too, but that montage when he first gets to the city and he thinks he sees Santa and he walks up to the guy and he's like, Santa, Santa. And he's like, not Santa.
Yeah, okay.
So he's like, not Santa.
He runs away like, ugh. His mannerisms were fantastic on there.
Or when he's in Gimbals and he's like in the bathroom, he's like, have you seen it? He's like looking over into the mirror. Have you seen these toilets? They're ginormous. Faison as the manager when he's like freaking out because of how the whole place has been done, and he's like, let's remain a team because if I go, everyone goes.
That's definitely
Pretty good. Real good.
Too good.
Yeah.
It's the North Pole. There's no singing in the North Pole.
Yes, there is. No, there's not.
When Buddy the Elf is with the fake Santa and he's like talking to him with the kid, and he's like, you sit on a throne of lies. And then it's like later on he's like, you smell like beef and cheese. You don't smell like Santa.
Yeah. Lies. Look, he's repeating it. Lies. That's what makes sense.
What song did you sing for my birthday? Well, happy birthday, of course.
And then Jay, I think you let off the show with Buddy the Elf. What's your favorite color?
Yes. I love that quote.
And then that's what of course, the coffee and syrup. Why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
And then that was really about all that I had.
Okay, Brian, what you got for us?
Pretty much all my quotes are Buddy quotes because I think obviously he's the main character.
Yeah.
But he did have the most quotable lines.
Oh,
in the movies.
hands down. Everything he says is hysterical.
So Nick already knocked off a couple of them. You sit on a throne of lies, Buddy the Elf. What's your favorite color? I like the other one. We elves try to stick to the 4 main food groups: candy, candy canes, candy corns, and syrup.
Listen, I can get behind everything except for candy corn. I fucking hate candy corn. It's disgusting.
Yeah. That's not even a...
Yeah, it's not even a Christmas fucking...
No, it's Halloween.
It's Halloween, but...
I don't even know when they serve it. They sell it through the months of like September and October. That's it.
Yeah.
No one ever sees it again.
All those elves have most of it stuff.
Yeah, right.
Those elves are stocking up on the shelves and shit.
Yeah. Another one is I just like to smile. Smiling's my favorite. Yeah. Let's see what else we got. Another Buddy one. Well, it's a Buddy one, but it's also one of the elf. What is it, like credos? The best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear.
And I'm singing. I met my dad. I love you. I love you. I love you.
That's a little strange. Put my name in Jingle Bells or something.
And then the whole Santa. Oh my God, Santa's coming. I know him. What else we did? Well, the you did it. Congratulations, world's best cup of coffee. Great job, everybody. It's great to meet you.
It was like, what the fuck? Another fucking New York weirdo on the street.
Fucking tourist.
Yeah. And then, I'm the worst toy maker in the world. I'm a cotton-headed ninny muggins.
Oh, no, you're not.
And then my last one is, it's not a buddy quote, but it's, bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad.
Thanks, Mr. Norwal. I love that guy. I fucking love it.
It's the only part.
It's the only part. It rises from the earth.
Just out of nowhere. So good. His voice was fantastic. That's what makes the whole thing.
I got you. So here, I'm going to go with obviously all the buddy quotes. You guys said all the ones I want to say. And then I'm going to go outside the box. Where he's talking with Leon the snowman, and he's like, "Oh, and don't eat the yellow snow," as he says to him when he's talking about being around. And then here's from Santa. Well, there are some things you should know. First off, you see gum on the street, leave it there. It isn't free candy. Second, there are like 30 raised pizzas. They all claim to be the original, but the real one's on 11th. And if you see a sign that says Peep Show, that doesn't mean that they're letting you look at presents before Christmas. Fucking Santa.
Sounds like Santa's been until 1 or 2. That wasn't a mistake. Santa knew what was going down.
Santa, he knows because he has to check all that stuff. But if you give him a naughty or nice list, so Santa got to dabble on a bunch of other things. So, but that's what I had. Again, Buddy, Will Ferrell's character, he has everything. Everything he says is fucking hysterical. And what backs him up is the mannerisms behind it.
Oh yeah.
And how he is. So I also want to go with the. I asked my daughter, my oldest, Lil. I'm like, "What's your favorite scene?" She goes, "The one where they're whispering." It's when he's like, after he goes with the Christmas gram, and he goes, the father's like, "Oh, maybe we should call security." It's like, "Oh, okay, I think I should." "Oh, I like to whisper. What are we talking about?" I'm like, "That's your favorite scene?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay." I don't know why, but I had to throw that in there for it. Okay, so we got that in. Scenes, quotes. And you guys want anything else out there? Good to go? All right, let's take a pause. Let's hopefully this works. Looks like it's still working on there. Chat, stick with us. We will be back shortly.
Time to refresh some beers.
We definitely refresh some beers. This 11%ers. Oof, it's getting to me already. We'll be back. Cheers. Hey, Jackweed. I get more action in a week than you've had in your entire life. I've got houses in LA, Paris, and Vail, and each one a 7-inch plasma screen, so I suggest you wipe that stupid smile off your face before I come over there and smack it off. You feeling strong, my friend? Call me Elf one more time. He's an angry elf. All right, Reels, Booze, and Bros, a.k.a. RB2, we are back to finish up the rest of this podcast. So let's do this. Let's check everything. The instruments are going on. We are recording. Hopefully we'll put this one on the actual, what is it? I don't know, the podcast. I call it all podcast platforms. I don't know how that works. All right, looks good.
Wherever you listen to podcasts.
Yeah, wherever you listen to. So, and let's go. All right, let's finish this up. We got the movie awards. We got quotes, best character, Randy Watson, Adrian Balboa, all the good stuff. Let's go. Let's start it off. Best quote. Hi, Buddy Elf. What's your favorite color? Love it. That's mine. But again, it's one of those movies you can't go wrong with anything else, unless you go with like something stupid. Like, I don't even know if there's even a stupid quote there. So, what do you guys got, Brian?
Man, it's tough. I think you probably want to go with Buddy the Elf. What's your favorite color? But for me, this movie always, no matter what, it's bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad. Like, I just love that one. It gets me every time. I don't care. For me, that's my quote, and I'm going to stick with that.
I got it. Nick, what you think?
Looks like it's going to be a 3-way split down the middle.
That's right.
And it's, for me, you sit on a throne of lies.
That's such a good one, too. Like,
this is how he, leans in. Yeah. You sit on a throne of lies.
Yeah.
like an angry whisper.
Yeah. Like that's like those are my top three. Buddy the Elf, what's your favorite color? You sit on the throne of lies, and then Buddy shouts, "Santa!" I know him.
Yeah.
I know him.
Yeah, it's not even so much the Santa, just it's like I know him.
Yeah,
that's really the quote.
Yeah,
I know
Name
him.
dropping.
Yeah.
So I see. Chad, if you want to throw something in there, let us know. What do you think some of your favorite quotes are? Seen stuff like that. Again, you can't go wrong with anything on here. Brian's is a little more obscure, which I love it. Is there anything else you want to see more obscure like that? Like for that special someone? I don't know. Like, what do you think? Or Nick's earlier about the declawing the 8 cats. That's pretty obscure and fucking fantastic.
Hysterical. Hysterical.
I've always wondered what she said because she's like leaning over on the phone going, okay, all right. No, of course I won't charge you. I'm like, what the fuck is this woman doing here? Like, she has a very interesting life. If she's declawing cats, going to try it. Like, how does this conversation come up? What, she's a secretary for a...
by the camper.
She lives in a camper. She lives in a camper. This is New York City, but where's the camper she's living at? So, like, I want to know more about her.
Yeah.
We're going to find out what her name is.
Interesting character.
Her name is, I don't know who she is. She Deb? I don't think that's
the name. I think it starts with a C. But I could just be saying it because she's called somebody Connie in that.
No, I think she's Deb.
Oh, you might be right.
Yeah, I think that's Deb, the secretary down there. So, all right, best scene. I'll tell you what for Brian. My favorite scene is that quote you have. Like, I love that scene. So I like it's so fucking stupid because they're crying like the
penguin,
the penguin, the Arctic penguin, the little
2 birds, I think.
No. It's another one's a what's another sea creature? A walrus? I think it's a walrus. Like over there. And he's like, with the fucking big crocodile tears and shit going
hops on the ice.
Yeah, and then the fucking narwhal pot. And they're freaking out over a narwhal. And you're like, oh shit, what's this? And then he says that. And then he's like, thanks, Mr. Narwhal. Like, it's so out of place, but yet so good because you're like, what the fuck? That's what I got. Who wants to throw something else?
For me, I'll say the Buddy montage scene in New York. I think it's just
once he passed through the Lincoln Tunnel from the gumdrop licorice
I think everything about it is fantastic. Just because he's so naive and he's never left the North Pole, so he doesn't know anything, and just him getting into all these different things and just experiencing everything for the first time.
Yeah, he's like a baby deer out there.
He's so
new to the world,
enthusiastic and just loving everything, and he just brings this positive energy that no one's near.
Especially New York City. Everyone's like, fuck this guy. Yeah. Why is this asshole twirling around in the fucking vestibule?
Why is he so happy? So it was cool. I would go with that as my favorite scene.
I say, Nick, what you got for us?
I gotta go with the gimbal Santa scene.
it's good. That was my number 2.
The lights come on and you see the whole scene and all the snowflakes and and the light bright letters and the Lego buildings, like just the scene visually, and then everything that you just die laughing of in that scene. It's just, to me, it's my vote.
Yeah,
for sure.
I say every gimbal scene is probably one of the top scenes here because there's so much that happens and it's just so fucking funny that what he's doing in gimbals, because then he goes back again after the aftermath is now the
Did he give you your job back?
Yeah,
no.
But
they say they gave me a restraining order, so
I think it worked out pretty well.
They didn't press charges, but they gave him a restraining order, so it worked out pretty well. I told him he would come. So that one, because with his brother running around, and it's just I love all the gimbal scenes. So, chat, throw something in there too if you guys want. Jay Weezy says that's stupid. All the money was spent in CGI to cost to make that stupid snowman. I love Leon. What he's talking about. Someone just rolled me up and made me.
A cool voice.
At least you got it.
Yeah, at least you got it there. So, got it. So before we move on, let's go into our second beer of the night. Nick, you brought this one. You want to comment on this? This is it's called Mad Elf Grand Cru. So it's like the next one up on that one. I want to say so.
It's the same brewery, same type of idea, except 2.0, bigger and better. And this ale is brewed with honey and cherries. We don't have the 5 cherries like the other one, but we do have some sugar and some wildflower honey. And it claims that we get notes of brown sugar, cinnamon, and clove. For me, I like this one a little better. I think we've all talked about it before, but it's not as sweet. It's got a little like towards a sour more than it is
when
now.
When you're reading it, it's the cherry is more of a tart cherry, so that's why.
There you go.
So
There you
you're
go.
getting that sour little hint in there.
But it's comes packing the heat just like the other one did with an 11%.
Fuck, it's 11%. I got fucking work tomorrow. Shit. Today was a rough day of work. Anyway, go on.
And once again, we should be drinking it out of a chalice.
A chalice.
But we're not.
Pimp hand strong.
I say, as you see on the booze cam over here, it's like a darker color. Let me look at my Vanna White hands. As you can see, it's a darker color over here, more of a reddish.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
I don't know what to do with my hands. Anyway, so I like it. It's better than the first one. I still got that hint of cherry, which I'm okay with. Other than that, Brian, your thoughts on it? You like it?
I like it. I think it's a little bit better than the first one. It's like we just said. You guys both said it's not as sweet. So that's a little nice change of pace on that.
I do like the way how it was packaged with this little cork that came with it. Fuck.
Yeah, that was different.
That was
Made it a
cool.
little tough to get out.
Yeah, it was a little pain in the
Worth
ass.
the effort.
Yeah, if you're fucked up, you're not getting nothing. It's fucking hitting you in the eye, and you're losing an eye over this beer,
Or you're breaking a bottle.
Yeah,
You're dropping
without a
it,
doubt.
something.
So,
Not gonna go well.
all right, moving on. Randy Watson, best character. Who we got? What we got, guys? Obviously, Buddy the Elf, Will Ferrell wins the movie. He's the MVP, hands down, championship. Scores 50 points in the game. Michael Jordan, greatest of all time, greatest elf of all time. Was there a better elf than Will Ferrell? I think not. Can anyone else? Any other movies that have elves? There's a lot of Christmas movies.
You
but
could say the guy from the Santa Claus.
he was okay,
Yeah.
but not as good as
He's not
Buddy.
as funny.
No, he's not as happy. Because he's talking about deadlines and all this
Yeah,
other shit. He's a little more strict on that, so I can't really get behind him as much. Because Christmas is all about
Still a
fun
good
and
elf.
cheer.
Still a good
No, he's a great elf. He's a great right-hand man elf. So, what do we got? Gentlemen, throw it out there.
I'm gonna go with Gimbel's manager. I mean, as a show stealer for me, in the faith of the Randy Watson, I thought Phase on Love, right? That's
Yes.
his name? I thought he did a great job. Every time I watch it, I'm always dying of laughter over him. Whether it's him getting Buddy to come to work, when he finds him in a department store, or freaking out the next morning about we gotta stay a team, or even that scene where you said that where Buddy goes back with his brother and asks what's her name on the date, that he's the Santa, and the way he looks at Buddy,
He's like, what the fuck? No beard as well.
yeah, no beard, the beard's down here on his chest. So for me, that was the Randy Watson.
I got it. Great choice. Brian?
It's tough. I have 3.
Mr. Norwell? Go ahead.
Mr. Norwell is in there.
I know you.
The secretary.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Yes.
She's so happy.
Just made my day.
She's
made my
so
day.
happy and upbeat every single time. Even when, Walter is just fucking like putting her down. He's like, he's like, what does he say? Intercom.
Yeah.
And say like, she's like, oh, okay. But she's still so happy.
Yeah, after the lingerie.
Yeah.
The police are on line 1 for you?
Did you notice like when Peter Dinklage was there and she's like taking notes and then he's like talking about how terrible an idea is? She's like crossing it off and like the face she makes is like, oh, we don't want that.
Oopsies.
And then the other one is, I feel like just because of other movies, she's like the perfect like stepmom. Mary Steenburgen. She's always so
Emily.
like,
Her name's Emily.
yeah, she's always just so like happy and supportive of like all the kids.
She's a fucking enabler in every fucking movie.
I don't care.
She's the worst fucking mom ever.
She's great.
She enables everybody for all the stupid shit ever that's going on.
I love her.
If you want to fucking do like shoot a rocket at the fucking side of the house, she'd be like, "Oh my goodness, that's fantastic."
But it's a movie.
She was okay with a federal offense. Yeah.
It's okay. Hey,
I'll scold them later.
yeah. But hey, those were my three choices, and if I probably had to pick, probably Norwell.
Probably. Honestly, that's what I was going out with.
Mr. Norwell.
Nick is probably the best. Is probably that. I forgot the secretary.
The guys in the movie. 20 seconds at most. Shoots the game-winning shot from 3/4 court. Fucking seals the championship.
That's true.
That's Norwell's presence.
That's Mr. Norwell.
That's right. He fucking wins. That's Miss.
You're gonna talk to him, talk about him in this high regard. You can call him by his proper name. It is Mr. Norwell.
Yeah.
I wish they don't have his name on
Who was the
IMDb.
voice?
Yeah, the voice, something like that. They got a bunch of other people, but god damn, they don't have him.
We only had one line. It was probably somebody from the
They have the polar bear club in there. Who voiced him? So Nick's is probably the best choice. Then I would have to say second would be the secretary. She was fantastic. But I went way out there. I said Leon the Snowman. Dude dropped some great fucking some advice right there. Comes in, he's like, I was just born the other day. He's like, New York City's they just rolled me up. I don't have a father, but you know what? Then Satan punks him out. He ain't got no feet. He been nowhere. So he talks a big game, but he sounds profound. So I don't know.
He's got a great voice.
He does. That's why he's so good. He got
Smooth.
this. He's rocking. I think he's rocking sunglasses too.
Oh, yeah,
I think.
he's rocking sunglasses.
Motherfuckers wearing sunglasses in the North Pole.
Man, that sun coming off all that.
It's true.
snow.
Yes, that's true.
You can't see
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
that's true. It's good. That's good. A snow glare. I remember that exactly. So, all right. Fucking. Oh man, I love him. All right. Worst character, Agent Balboa. It's tough to find someone.
I want to say.
I got it.
I want to say Walter Hobbs, but he redeemed himself.
He
but
does.
it's
You know
his
he's
boss.
I got one.
His boss is the worst.
Yeah,
character.
His boss was pretty good.
He sucks.
That's a good
Who do you
one.
got? Who you
but
got?
I got one even better. So you remember when the news girl was like talking to the different people, and she was
Yes.
talking to
At the end?
super creepy guy,
Yeah.
and he's like so enamored with her, and it was like really creepy. That's the guy that I elect for my Adrian Balboa. I don't even know his name. I'm not even gonna
Yeah.
do him the fucking. I'm not even going to give him the credit of looking it up to see what his name was in the movie because it was such a creepy character, and that's the guy that I just want to punch right in the face.
I honestly don't remember him. I mean, you've seen the movie like 3 times today,
know,
so
I know exactly who he is.
I know.
and
He's like, "Oh, you're so great. I love your news."
he makes it. For how creepy he is, he makes up for it in 2 other movies. But you know.
In other roles, he's I love him. He's a great. I love his. Usually, I love what he does, but in that one, it was so creepy. That's my Adrian Balboa.
Okay. All right. So hear me out. I have none of those. New York City taxi cabs. All right. They truly suck. They played more of a role. They also could be the best character because they fucking run him over. They're honking the horn. They're in everything being assholes. So you're like,
The yellow ones don't stop.
like, am I right? Like, you know, they could be. Motherfuck those taxis. They gotta get as long as you're in one, you're fine. Anywhere outside, you're in. If you've never been in New York City, the taxis are the fucking worst. But when you're in one, you fear for your life. But they get you to where you need to be as fast as possible. So I think they're better than Uber, in my opinion, in the city. So
Probably in the city, yeah.
yeah. So anywhere outside, just take an Uber or a Lyft. But in New York City, those motherfuckers know exactly where to go. They know their streets. They don't give a fuck because it's not their car.
Right.
So they run elves over. They don't give a shit. Their horn, it's part of their body. So that's
Part of their soul.
it's part of this. They truly deep down, they have to take a test on how hard you can hit the fucking horn when it's become a New York City taxi cab driver. So that's what I got for worst character. But I don't know, creepy guy. I guess we're a creepy guy, but I'm going with mine. It's all right. Let's move on. BTS, Nick. He sent us text.
Boom, boom, boom.
He's very excited because he very rarely has some BTS. It's probably maybe the third out of all.
I don't even think. I think this is the second time.
Probably.
This is the second
I'm gonna give you
time.
credit. I'm gonna give her 3. I'm not gonna check back at past episodes. Maybe a super fan can. Out of all like the 25, 26 episodes we had, this is Nick's probably third time he's had some BTS.
We have more episodes than that.
And this, I stumbled on this because I was just trying to get the full quote that Deb said when Buddy was walking up. Because I kind of caught it. I was like, I gotta like write this down and put the whole thing because it's hysterical. And then that's when I stumbled upon this. So I got these 3 things from Bustle.com. This is the site that told me about it. Number 1, Ming Ming. He is played by somebody who's in another famous Christmas movie.
Yep, I know.
Yep.
I don't. Let me know.
It was Peter Billingsley, who was the main character Ralphie in A Christmas Story.
I fucking hate that movie.
What?
He was Ralphie.
Oh,
we discussed that on the Christmas special
I
a year ago.
I must have like erased that from my brain.
I'm not a huge fan of that movie.
Oh,
I think
God.
just because it's on for 24 hours, I think that's what kills the movie for me.
I just don't put it on that channel for 24 hours.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's tough because it's on and you're like, God damn it, it's on again. Like, I feel like every time we'll go through
The lamp is the best scene when they bring that. Fragile. They bring
Really?
I know. That's the best. That's the best. The rest of the movie can fucking. We're
It
stupid.
must be Italian.
I see. All right. Anyway, go on, Nick. I don't mean to interrupt your BTS. Fuck.
Faze on Love, who I voted as my best character, actually wasn't slated to play the role originally. He was slated. It was supposed to be Wanda Sykes. And that's why if you look at the name tag, it says Wanda on it because it was supposed to be her.
Cheap asses. That's great. They kept the same name tag. Just your name's Wanda.
And that's why I don't know why they didn't change anything. I mean, even at least name him Wanda. That still would have been pretty funny. And then the third thing that I have, and I wrote this one down because it relates to our first podcast, the scene when they're walking in the hallway for the apartment for Walter and Emily's home.
Yes.
That was the same hallway used for Ghostbusters.
Correct.
Oh,
Yes, I saw that too. I wasn't sure about putting it on, but you know what? Thank you very much.
So those were the 3 that I got for this one.
Very nice. All right, so I'll move on with that. So David Berenbaum initially wrote the script in 93. And guess who he had being early candidates to play Buddy?
In 93.
In 93. 93.
Jim Carrey.
Correct. That's one. Good guess. Fantastic guess. This guy. All right.
David Wayans. Could you imagine him as Buddy?
I would love that. Actually, I would love that. This is more. He's very round. He's probably like 300 pounds.
Don't tell
Back then?
He's always been fat. Excuse me, overweight, big boned.
Was he like a big actor?
Yeah, he died of he's the only fat guy who ever used cocaine in his
John
life.
Candy?
Oh, Chris Farley.
Chris Farley, correct.
Okay.
Did John Candy use candy? I mean,
I don't know.
Use cocaine?
I was...
So those two were candidates to play Buddy. They weren't showing a cat, but they were candidates. They wanted those two first.
You know who? I was maybe if it was before he got really big. It was we're talking mid 80s, 86, 87.
Arnold Schwarzenegger?
No.
Okay.
Tom Hanks probably would have been a good one.
Yes, and big. His role is big.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, basically big.
He's naive. He doesn't. He does the same sort
but you know
of
what?
thing,
I think he's not that much of a comedic actor, though. I don't know.
No,
how
he's
pulled off
not. But
I could see Jim Carrey or with Damon Wayans. I would love that. He would have been fucking great.
Right?
Yes, I'm thinking about it now as In Living Color days.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about.
Fucking man, he would have been fantastic, buddy.
in the 90s, yeah.
Yeah, he would have killed it. Okay.
You could probably pick anybody from Saturday Night Live at that time
So,
in the 90s.
Baron Brown's screenplay underwent uncredited rewrites by Scott Armstrong, blah, 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 writing team Adam McKay, Will Ferrell. Gary Shandling was offered the role of Walter Haas, but declined. As you said, Wanda Sykes' original there dropped out. According to Favre, the script was initially much darker and did not interest him. although he was interested in working with Ferrell's first SNL movie. Asked to rewrite it, a turning point came when he realized he can make Buddy's World an homage to Rankin Bass Christmas specials. This allowed him to conceive of a movie that could be PG as opposed to original script, which I guess would have been PG-13. So, this is Will Ferrell's first leading role post SNL. Zoe Deschanel singing was not in the original script, and Farber added it when he learned she was a singer. When Buddy starts singing in the middle of this Scintillating at Gimbals, the lyrics were not scripted, and Will Ferrell improvised a song on the spot, which starts his career of improvisation throughout the rest of his movies. So, as always, my favorite. And I came through the gumdrop forest through the Lincoln Tunnel. Several minor traffic accidents occurred when Will Ferrell walked through the Lincoln Tunnel in his costume because people were so surprised and distracted from their driving to see him wearing an elf outfit. I love it. Fantastic.
It's funny you say that because I was literally thinking there's no way they could have done this without shutting down the tunnel and having this be they actually filmed it during live traffic.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Do you imagine how much?
I would have been on the divider. There's no way I would have been looking at the road if I saw that.
No, and the fact is, so there's
Who's this guy?
Yeah.
There's three tunnels. Is there or four? I think there's four, but one's always fucking shut down into New York City. And so when you're looking at it, you're like, and then so he goes down one, and there's like several. So that's like 4-hour delay, hands down. One accident call is like 30 minutes. So you want to say several? So 30 minutes per accident? Like fucking Christ. So, but it's great. Oh my God. All right, director Jon Favreau used a remote control to trigger the Jack in the Box toys to get the startled reactions from Will Ferrell. Remember, they demoted.
Those were great. And then how it was on the sled at the end. At the end of the movie, there was another one on the sled. He's like, oh!
Yeah. So he got demoted from building the Etch-a-Sketches to like fucking testing the Jack in the Box. I agree. I fucking hate those things. You never know when they're gonna pop up. Excuse me. Okay, so the apartment, Dad lives in Ghostbusters. Plans for Elf 2 were scrapped because Will Ferrell turned down the role. He was actually offered, how much was it again?
29 million.
29 million. And that was in 2013. So,
I feel like that's too long now.
Yeah, too long.
10 years.
Yeah, hands down, 10 years.
We've seen too many sequels that have taken too long, and he knows because he did the same thing. Well, this would have been before it, but he did the second sequel to Anchorman, and it Anchorman 2 is just not as good as the first one.
Not even close to as good.
And that's another one that took over 10 years. That was like 2006, 2017.
Right.
10 years, something like that. So you can't, if you're going to make a sequel, you got to do it somewhat quick. You know, like they may not be as good. Some of them are, but at least, you know, like The Hangover, when they did them, they were
like kind of like back to back with like every year or something like that. So same thing. Let's see. L. Orman in the chat says, I hate A Christmas Story. It's the worst, stupid TBS 24 Hours Christmas Story. Awful. Okay, anyway.
Boo!
Boo! All right, so
Alexa.
Let's go. Can The Rock make this movie better? Can he? Yes, no. Can we throw him somewhere in the role?
So
he could be the Gimbals manager.
That's what I wanted. Yes.
I was thinking also if he was the friend in the mailroom. I thought that he could do a good job
for that. Or imagine if he's the first Santa.
Oh,
and then instead of hitting him, he just rock bottoms him through the.
No, because that's so unbelievable. No, he's better as a Gimbals manager because him being because he's too fucking big. Like you see, like that guy's more round.
2021,
and
can't say Santa can't be Jack now.
No, he eats all the fucking cookies. I see the Rock's
There's protein in those cookies.
I see the Rock's cheat days, and they're fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
No, he's definitely I'm all about the Gimbals manager. Imagine him. There's no singing in the.
No, there's not.
No, there's not. It's just like it's more intimidating and funny. And then when he tackles the Santa getting beat up and shit like that, or him as a new Santa Claus, and there without a beard, you see him like he sees like fucking his tattoo showing up a little bit underneath Santa's thing. Like that's fucking funny. So that's what I think. Nick, what would you say? Anything else?
No, just as a potential mailroom friend. That was it.
I like
that could be a good choice too.
No, I like the Nick Cage doppelganger. But it's a good choice, though. I prefer the Nick Cage fucking doppelganger from fucking Con Air. All right. So, should there be a sequel of franchise TV series? I say no, but there was obviously musicals and TV fucking musicals, so they tried.
At this point, it could be like more about the daughter, right?
Was it the girl he had?
Yeah, Susie.
Okay.
What's the name on it?
I forgot.
So it could be more about the daughter or whatever, you know, than it could be, he could just be small role, you know?
Maybe. So kind of bringing back Christmas
If you were
Story
to
and stuff
remake
like
it now, who would you have as a star?
As Will
As
Ferrell's?
Buddy.
As Buddy? I don't know.
I mean, he might be willing to do it as a small role in it.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like you still need to have someone a little bit younger to, like, be the role to, like, play it off as, like, I'm 30 and under, you know? Because that's how they made the age difference of him realizing.
Yes. I don't know. I can't see someone being as Buddy the Elf as opposed to Will Ferrell. Who does that? Jonah Hill? No.
No.
Not like who's like a physical. It's like his
It's not
mannerisms.
even physical. Like, I can't even say
Like what? Like a
SNL
Michael
sucks
Cera?
right now you're gonna say.
Oh, they're fucking horrendous.
They say
SNL.
Pete Davidson. Okay,
I fucking hate him. He's
not
worthless.
funny whatsoever. Like,
I don't know how he. Fuck him. Let's move on. Let's move on. He angers me.
but who
He triggers me.
Who could be somebody that could play their role now? I think.
Chris Hemsworth.
I mean, if you're
Yeah.
talking about making a remake,
Yeah, just
not a sequel.
just a remake.
A remake of the
You know
time.
who could actually probably do it pretty well?
Damon Wayans.
Actually, I feel like Jack Black could do it.
He's a little too old.
I know he's old, but I'm just saying,
No,
like,
Jack Black is Santa. Imagine him saying the thing going, if you see a peep show, trust me, it does not mean look at presents.
Yep.
Not at all. Not one bit. Not presents. Don't even try it. I've been there numerous times.
Could you imagine Kevin Hart?
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart may be able to pull it off.
No.
Just because he'd be.
No. Kevin Hart would be the Gimbals manager.
No, because he's not that tall.
It doesn't matter. I don't give a shit. He's the Gimbals manager. He needs to be because he
would still
he needs to
fit
be
in.
like
It's like, oh, well, he's like 5'3".
okay. He's the Gimbals manager. So what? Imagine him coming in and saying, "Look at me. Who's been here? Someone from corporate? What? No. Yeah, he's definitely him. Hands down. That's who it is.
Okay.
So, all right, let's take the Jumanji cast. We'll throw the Rock in as the guy down at the down in the mailroom, the new friend he's made. Or you make Kevin Hart the angry elf.
I was thinking.
Or bring back Peter
I was
Dinklage.
thinking him as like the Andy Richter character.
Kevin Hart?
Yeah, that I think it would be funny in the.
He had that one scene though. That's it though,
where
right?
he's like, I'm just honored to be on the phone with you.
Yeah.
Like I could see like him being like that in that.
Yeah,
kind
he
of
does
awe.
he like 2 scenes.
Well, maybe Ryan Reynolds
Ryan Reynolds is what, the elf?
as Buddy the Elf.
He's still a little too older.
I know he's old, but he could bring that charisma.
Just don't know the young actors anymore.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
the
know.
problem.
I don't. Tom Holland, the Spider-Man. I think he could pull it off. He's always lost in his interviews. You ever see his interviews? They're fantastic. He gives away everything. He's like, "Fuck, was I supposed to say that?"
Well, I'm dead.
Yeah. So those are like literally they stopped giving him scripts and shit going on. So, yeah.
I can see that, Tom Holland.
Yeah, so like make him, but he's not that tall. But it's great. You need like a taller actor who's like, who's the dude that plays Napoleon Dynamite?
Yeah, but he's older.
Is he older now?
Yeah, he's like
Fuck.
he's our age.
Yeah.
Shit, he should have been 10 years ago. Would have been better. All right, he would have been great. Imagine. Ugh.
John Heater.
Is that him? Yeah. It would have been him. Yeah, I don't know. As Buddy, I can't tell. I can picture no one else besides Will Ferrell. Nowadays, there's no one really much that's
It'll
funny.
come to me later.
All right, we'll fucking put it on the
I'm gonna
on the
Google
website.
Best
So
actors under 30.
okay, so now we said that. So all right, final thoughts on this movie. Let's close it. Let's close it out. Are we still recording? Oh, good.
Zac Efron. He's only 34.
He's so sexy. I can't see him as he can't. Make him Zoe Deschanel's character. Singing in the shower. He a beautiful voice. 'Cause I just want to hear him sing.
Oh, flip it
yeah.
and have like a girl.
A female, yes.
Okay.
Yes, let's do that one. Yeah. Oh, why does it be a dude? Yeah, let's do this. So
Flip it. Maybe have Vanessa Hudgens back. Reunite.
no, fuck her. I don't like her.
She's hot.
She's attractive, but I don't like her.
No, she's hot.
She's like made TV. All right, we're fucking getting off topic. All right. So final thoughts.
Too short though.
What are your what are you?
Vanessa Hudgens.
Who cares?
We're talking about.
But if we're flipping the script,
Yeah, well, let's flip it because I like Zac Efron is fucking Zoe Deschanel's character, Juvie. That name sounds awesome. He can be a Juvie. I have never heard of the name before in my life.
I mean,
Juve.
I'd say if you don't want to go Vanessa Hudgens, you could go Zendaya.
I like Zendaya. I also
She
like
could be the elf.
Emma Stone.
yes.
Margot
No.
Robbie.
No, Margot. No, not Margot Robbie. No.
Kristen Stewart.
No, fuck her. I can't stand
But she
her.
could sing though.
I never heard her sing. Where's she singing?
She's Frozen.
What do you mean Frozen?
She's the sister.
What do you mean she's no? She's not.
She's Anna.
No, she's not.
Pretty
No,
sure
it's
she
not.
is.
Trust me, she's not.
Who is it?
Kristen
Who?
Stewart is not fucking Anna. It's the blonde chick.
No, she's the one with.
She is not. Kristen Stewart is the vampire chick. That's her. You're getting way confused.
Scarlett Johansson.
No. Fuck, I lost my train of thought because
Brie Larson.
she's not. No.
Elizabeth
all right,
Olsen.
so,
I
I'm
mean, there's
thinking
like
of-
a lot of.
No.
There's a lot of people that can be that female character
No.
that are around that age.
I just lost her. The chick from Pitch Perfect. Anna Kendricks.
Anna Kendricks?
Anna Kendricks.
I think she's over fucking rated.
You think so?
She's good.
All right, did you say Kristen Stewart or did you say somebody else?
Kristen Stewart.
Kristen
Okay,
Stewart.
all right,
Kristen
so then-
Stewart
all right, no,
is.
I got that wrong. I'm thinking of
Yes.
the girl from Forgetting Sarah Marshall. That's Kristen what?
Bell.
Bell.
Kristen Bell.
Yeah,
And
she is
she's-
the voice.
she's the
Yes,
Yes,
she is. She's
yes.
married to Dak Shepard. Yes,
and
she
that's
is
what I'm
the
saying.
voice.
She could be the elf.
No.
Yes. Yes, because of she's just as fucking dumb. I don't want her though.
I'm just saying she could.
I'm just saying. All right, listen. I gotta pee. Let's move on. Final thoughts. We'll come back to this. We'll see what's going on. Final thoughts on this movie. I love it. I'm gonna go pee. Then we'll end it somehow. Brian, go.
Okay. Well, for me, I think this is an instant Christmas classic. I think this is Will Ferrell's one of his best performances, especially as a leading role. You know, his timing, the way he delivers everything, his enthusiasm, just fantastic. I love everything about it. Like I said, Mr. Norwell, you're fantastic. You're amazing in this movie for your 20 seconds in the movie. But yeah, it's good. If it's on, Christmas time, I'm gonna watch it. If it's on, October, if it's on, in March, I'm watching it. It's a solid movie you could watch over and over, and it's just something that's good, and it brings the holiday spirit into everybody. So I'll leave it with that.
I
Nick?
got another one. Sarah Hyland, the one from Modern Family.
I don't know who that is.
You
I
gotta
don't watch that show.
Modern Family. If you know it, she plays like a really dopey girl.
All right, maybe I should watch more than the 6 shows that I watch.
Yeah. Well, you'd have to, I guess, get whatever streaming service has that. Because the show's done. I think everything on this one's been said. It's a great, funny Christmas movie. Loved by young and old. I didn't realize it was Will Ferrell's first one after SNL. I don't know why I just didn't put that together, but yeah, and just like I didn't realize it was Zoe Deschanel. Maybe because she had no hips in this and blonde hair. But,
Probably.
yeah.
I think this movie also aged very, very well for,
Yeah. Yeah.
But I also think this movie's going to become more of like the bigger Christmas movies because of like our generation that watched this when we first saw it. Like we were, 18, 19, 20 years old when this movie came out. Now, the people that are watching when we first saw it, are now having kids because we went to go see it because of Will Ferrell. You know, so it's like now most of us have kids and all that sort of stuff. So it's just like one of those things where it's like, oh, we'll just pass it down the line. So it's just one of those things where I feel like it's going to get a bigger following year by year. So
chat says, do Fat Amy and Zac Efron if we're gonna flip the script. Fat Amy's, but she was already old in fucking Pitch Perfect. So
she's lost weight too, I think.
Fat Patricia.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I do like Zac Efron. If we're gonna do a recast as Juvie.
I had said when you were gone, I remember another one. Did you watch Modern Family?
Yeah, I do.
The oldest daughter, her real name is Sarah Hyland.
Yeah.
I've said she would be a good one too because she played like a real naive, like ditzy character.
Yeah, she could.
Show.
Yeah, she could. I like that. She's very tiny though. Okay, all right.
What do you want to have a woman that's fucking 6 feet tall?
Yeah, why not? Charlize Theron.
She's too old.
Party of the Elf.
She's too old.
She looks fantastic. Get out of my house. All right, so that's it for this episode. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining us on Twitch stream, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed reviewing and drinking to this movie. Our next episode will be, we haven't decided on that. Should we do round table right now? Die Hard? Yes, fantastic movie.
There you go.
Here we go. The greatest Christmas movie ever, Die Hard.
It's not a fucking Christmas movie.
So this next episode will be, you know, we'll go a little off the script on this one, like now we have it on this one. But Die Hard, we're doing Die Hard. We're gonna push it out because I go on vacation.
Bring your Glocks.
On there.
Christmas.
And so we'll see.
Welcome to the party.
It's a fucking Christmas party. All right. So if you if you want to be part of the Reels Booze Bros, aka RB2 podcast, check us out on our website reelsboozebros.com to find out how. Again, thank you Twitch, everyone on who there joined us on there, and again check out our YouTube because I will be putting up the videos from this on there, and that's it. All social media, we're there. Have a good night. Cheers.